Few just ahead of that line there, actually. Oh, we might have to just get everyone back. There we go. I think the sand had come over that white line, but we're in position now. The women's race is just about to get going, and we are racing with the women as well. Analysts and fans have been celebrating this lineup as maybe the best ever. Ash Gentle, of course, looking to maintain her top spot in the PTO rankings and her 100% tour record.
I think it's fantastic.
So Lucy Charles-Barclay surfing into the beach as we see her exit the water, and she'll run around and get straight back in, being careful of her footing.
Yeah, she's opened up a good gap already, hasn't she? The two athletes behind her. I mean, she's back in the water and swimming when those two are coming out. That's Lucy's first. Who are those second two athletes? They're not any of our coloured caps. Could be an athlete like Fenella Lamgridge. We've got Lottie Wilms and Rebecca Clark. So two of the best swimmers in the field. Actually, they're the only two swimmers that have ever come out, apart from Taylor Knibb, who's not here. They've only ever come out with her. So that's about right. But now we've got a big group coming out.
So just a small fumble of the suit there, but that was pretty smooth. Pretty smooth all around there.
But now she's onto the bike and just doing what Lucy Charles-Barclay does, and that's really pushing the pace, and those athletes behind are going to have to work very hard to get to her. Very spread out at the moment.
I think that was probably expected for Tamara Jewett to be that far back at this stage. This is obviously the weaker part of her race.
Yeah, with the lead that Lucy Charles-Barclay has, I mean, heading out into transition, she's got, you know, yeah, it could be one of those days when no one catches her.
Lucy Charles-Barclay looks to come out of the tunnel, remembering that it's a 4-loop bike course.
I think that's really promising from Ashley Gentle as well. The fact that she's had the ability to go with Paula, because they were out the swim a similar amount of time, between that 2 and 3 minutes down. So she's been one of the athletes that has managed to hold on to Paula Findley's race pace and gets nearer to the front.
Speaking of race pace, Paula Findley with the fastest bike at the moment.
Paula's going to be the one to pass now. So it is a little bit tougher in this position. It's what we mentioned earlier. Lucy Charles-Barclay out front doesn't have to worry about any of this stuff, but the drafting, kind of moving into the zones. She can just put her head down and go. It's so good to see her come back in the last few years and just smash it. She's at the front of races winning, and she's such a popular winner, I think, because people know what she went through in those years where she just wasn't sure whether she should be doing triathlon, where she fell out of love with it a bit. So just love seeing Paula Findley do well.
Yeah.
Also, Sarah Perez-Sella just coming back past now. So this is, I suppose, where it gets a bit more congested on the course, and the athletes really have to be careful with. They don't want to get any drafting penalties, so sitting back and making sure they drop back at the right time. And this is where Paula Findley would ideally just be passing people and just keeping on going and not having to worry about any of this going on. But
as we focus in on the top riders at the moment, 7.6 kilometres to go to transition.
There's Annie Haug on the bike. Great to get a shot of her. So she's currently in 9th, but she's had a really good ride.
And you were talking earlier about her form as well, so she's always someone that you've got to keep an eye on.
Oh, always. I mean, we know she's got a good run, and the 2 races she's had already this year, fantastic runs, but incredible bike performances too.
So Lucy is in transition.
Quite nice to be the first one in. There's no other bikes there. Quite easy to find your spot.
Doesn't it look tidy as well?
Very tidy.
Socks on first, and out she goes. Great bike there by Lucy Charles-Barclay. She maintains her lead.
That's Paula Findley, Ashley Gentle. They're racking near each other, being kind of 2 of the top ranked athletes. India Lee there. Lottie Wilms, Beck Clark, they're all in.
Now the former Olympian and 2019 Ironman world champion has seen a lot of racing, but Annie Haug is excited by the current competition to bring out her best. And there is Ashley Gentle. Now behind Annie Haug.
Yeah, Annie Haug's made the move really early on. She's moving really well, isn't she? Ashley Gentle too, looking good. Lucy Charles, that gap is now less than a minute.
And how often is she going to be able to check in with that? How is it? Will she know at this stage that Annie Haug is closing in fast?
It's hard to put into words. I mean, she won by 13 minutes in her last race. I mean, she could have stopped and had a cup of tea, like on the finish line if she wanted to.
Sure.
She's that far ahead.
Here we go. Annie Haug with Lucy Charles-Barclay in her sights. She is closing down the gap. There's only a few strides between them now. Is this a pivotal moment in the race? Will we see Annie Haug just kick on from here? Or will Lucy Charles-Barclay try to respond? We have about 10 kilometers to go before we hit that finish line. And it's an acknowledgement from both athletes. But Germany's Annie Haug marches forward into the lead.
Is that Lucy in front of her?
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's close, isn't it?
Very close
really close.
indeed.
It's come down really quick.
And she's just in the shadows of Charles-Barclay now. Look for her to make her move. There she goes. And she does surge.
Yeah, and
straight
she
in
went
front
wide.
and straight into second. There goes Ashley Gentle. Strong run from her as predicted.
Yeah, there's a wave.
Here we go. She makes that corner. It has been one of the most celebrated fields in women's triathlon, but Annie Haug has run through to win the PTO European Tour race here in Ibiza. What a run.
Wow, just what a performance. Absolutely incredible. Just demolished the field on the run. I mean, there's people running from behind, but she just got herself in the perfect position and just executed that amazing run.
Brilliant stuff. And she deserves a sit down as well.
Definitely deserves a chance to sit down, yeah. You can see there, she didn't have to push that hard, but that's just her. She wanted to get everything out of herself.
Fantastic performance from Annie Haug, proving time and time again how very strong she is as she enjoys bringing it home here in Ibiza. It is second place for Ashley Gentle. Congratulations to her. And she goes over, or Annie Haug comes to meet her at the finish line. Beautiful stuff. They can now enjoy the sights and sounds here in Ibiza. The work is done.
The work is done. I think they need to lie down. Maybe before going out clubbing later.
And here's Lucy Charles-Barclay to take third here in Ibiza. What an effort it's been from her today. Led the swim, led the bike. And it was a tough run with those ladies in the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, in third place and the winner of the bronze medal representing Great Britain, Lucy Charles-Barclay. In second place and the winner of the silver medal representing Australia, Ashley Gentle. In first place and the winner of the gold medal in the 2023 PTO European Open representing Germany, Annie Haug. What a fantastic performance, ladies and gentlemen, by our top three. Annie Haug in first, Ash Gentle in second,